Yard. 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 Yard.
Hello, I'm Mike from J&L Nutrition in Perham, Minnesota. I live up north of Mora, and this is Travis Amundsen from Ulen, Minnesota. And we're at his dairy today, and right now we're going to discuss the calf raising operation they have here. Travis, would you like to tell us what you do from the moment the calf is born until we get out here to the dome?
When the calf is first born, they get a gallon of colostrum within 6 hours of being born, and they get vaccinated just like babies do at the hospital. They get a nasal vaccination, which helps prevent pneumonia, and then they also get one that helps with scours. And scours is a disease that calves can get where they can't absorb the nutrition into their stomachs. So they're vaccinated for both the scours and the pneumonia within 6 hours of being born too. So they don't pick anything up in the pen that could possibly be in there from the previous calf.
Yeah, and you might be wondering why do we have all these little big marshmallows behind us with individual calves in them. The purpose of these domes, in reality, it's the best way in the world to raise a baby calf. We have no contact nose to nose. That's how most calves get sick, as they spread it between each other. Very important this time of the year, Travis has them here under a shed. So they're in shade. Otherwise, these domes, as you can imagine, would get very hot, which is kind of nice in the winter. We put them back in the sunshine in the winter. They spend, on your farm, what, 6 to 8 weeks in these?
About 8 weeks.
About 8 weeks. And from here, we move into a transition area where we group all the heifers together. Well, now here at Amundsen's, we have moved into the area where they transition the calves after weaning. And Travis will just tell you what they do with the calves here and about how long they stay on this part of the farm.
We bring the calves here from the little hutches where they're individual, and at about 2 months old, they come into this pen and they're grouped together. And we always move them in groups of at least 2, because every time you move calves, they need a roommate. Otherwise, the others will push them around. And if they come in together, then they'll kind of stay together. And the calves here get the same as what they got in the domes as far as feed. And they get all the grain and pellet mix that they want and fresh water. And the calves stay in here for about anywhere from 2 more months to up to 6 months. And then from here they go into another grouping or bigger shed, and they stay in that shed from the time they get to be about 400 pounds is when we move them up there, and they're there all the way until they have their calf.
Should we head up that way right now?
Okay.
Well, now we're out at the growing facility, and some things I'll point out here that not every dairy farm does is raise their steers. And they're on a high corn diet, and they are some of the best eaten beef you're ever going to find when you raise them this way. Would you agree, Travis?
Oh yeah, yep. From the time they come from that little shed to the time they're ready for market, they get all the corn that they can eat, which is upwards of 20 pounds, and they get a little bit of hay just to help keep their stomachs going.
Yeah, they have a little bit of salad with their candy every day is the way I always word it to our customers. And then as you move down in this barn here, we get to the heifers. The first 2 pens, sometimes 3, are the beef type animals raised for meat. And then the future of the dairy starts down 3 pens here. So, Travis, how do you move the heifers through your facility, and where do you do your breeding of the heifers?
When they first come up here, in the small shed, heifers and steers, everything goes together because they're all getting the same ration. But when they come up here, then they're separated into different sizes, and they get different feeds. The steers get straight corn, and the heifers start off on a high corn diet, and then they get weaned off the corn and go more so onto a dry hay and corn silage. They get separated in sizes, and at about 13 months of age, that's when we start breeding them, and we breed all of our heifers AI. And we have 1 bull on the farm, and he's just for cleanup if we get one that won't take to the AI. And then after they're pregnant, then they go out with the dry cows into the open pasture.
Well, behind Travis and me right here is kind of where everything starts and ends on a dairy farm. This is the dry cows, meaning the cows that aren't in milk production, and the bred heifers, and they're going to be the cows that enter the barn within the next couple months. So Just a beautiful picture, beautiful place. We could almost be in California when you look at these cows, how happy they appear to be. What do you think, Trav?
We keep all of our weeds down, and that helps keep the rodents away and keep the cows healthier.
So thank you so much. And again, coming to J&L in the backyard, and we'll answer any questions you might have.
Yard. 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 Yard.